Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. Now, I have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, let's take a look at some comments. Make sure everything is working properly. If you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Let me know where you're viewing this from. If you have a muscle car, perhaps let me know what that is. If you don't have a muscle car, what is your favorite muscle car? And also, I owe everyone an apology. We had some technical difficulties last week. The podcast was on for a whole 7 seconds before the whole thing just went to hell, and I had to scrap the podcast. So I do apologize about we're going to pick up right where we left off tonight. We've got David at Alaska Railroad saying hello. In fact, we're going to be showing some images of his car here in a little while. He says, please hit the like button and tell others about this awesome podcast. Let's get Mike lots of subscribers and views. And I thank you so much, David at Alaska Railroad, for your support. That really means a lot. We've got a dear friend here, Don Farnsworth, weighing in. How you doing tonight, Don? I appreciate your weighing in. Hope your Mustang is running well. And then, of course, our good friend Stacy and Art, our good friends Stacy and Art Fosler. We're going to be showing some footage of Art's car here in just a few minutes as well. Also, we're going to be bringing on our good friend Rob Hilditch. Let me get into the right screen here. I'm going to bring him on. There he is. Oops, were you not ready? I'm sorry. Let me get your mic going. How you doing tonight? Can you hear me?
I can hear you good, Mike.
Oh, there we go. Yes, I hear you as well. Wonderful. How you doing this evening?
Oh, we went to a car event tonight, but we got rained out.
Oh, you got rained out?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry to hear that. So everyone ended up going home? Or?
Yeah, this event, it was supposed to start at 6, and at 5:45, it started to rain, where we just set up, and next thing you know, there was 50 cars showing up still, but
gotcha.
Nothing. It was supposed to have been 500 there that night.
Oh, man, so this is supposed to be a really large event.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully they can reschedule it or something.
Well, they're going to do it every week, they said.
Oh, yes. All right. Do you want to do a shameless plug for this series of events?
I don't really know what the event is yet. It's a tuner car, and there's no GJ, just people show up. And the one guy asked me to come with his car and put a booth beside his car, help promote the products.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And this is in the province of Ontario.
Yep.
What town or city is that?
A little town called Brooklyn in the middle of nowhere.
Nice, Brooklyn. Cool deal.
Yeah.
And they're going to be having these every week or every other week?
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Kind of like a no frills grocery store parking lot.
Yeah.
So the store is supposed to close at 6. So the guy says, go ahead, use the parking lot if you want. So
take over the parking lot. Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's cool. So with any luck, this should start to take on a life of its own as the summer goes on and people become aware of this.
Yeah. But it's new to me because I've never done a tuner car show before.
Sure. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, cool. Well, let's get right into the program. We're going to take a look tonight at a 1972 Chevy Chevelle. Now, the special thing about this car is more, I should say, about the owner. If anyone's a regular viewer of the Vintage Snowmobile podcast that we do all through the winter, Stacy and Art Fosler are regular viewers of that podcast, and they've decided to join us over the summer months for the Muscle Car podcast. And of course, they have a muscle car. So as Art Fosler was kind enough to do a quick video of his muscle car for us, and we're going to take a look at that right now. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, this is my 1972 Chevelle Super Sport. It's a 350 small block car. It has the factory color Sequoia green with the white hockey stripes on it. The factory rally wheels. Took me about 4 years to restore. While restoring it, I found up on top of the gas tank the factory build sheet that proves it's a true Super Sport and a Muncie 4-speed with a 12-bolt posi rear in it. I've got Lakewood traction bars in the rear. I've got Flowmaster American Thunder exhaust system with hooker headers. Kind of a cloudy day today, so you can't really appreciate the metallic in the paint or the clarity in the paint. But let's take a look inside. It's got the optional 4-spoke steering wheel on it. That's also on the build sheet. The factory gauges with the tack and clock. It's got a Hurst shifter. Bucket seat console car. Now we'll take a look under the hood. So it's a 1972 350 block. It's been bored and stroked to a 383 stroker. Balanced and blueprinted. Puts out about 500 horsepower. It's got a scat crank, crawler rods, Keith Black pistons, aluminum 202 heads, Endobrock RPM intake, 750 Holley double pumper, MSD ignition, comp cams, roller cam. She will get up and go. I bought this out of a parking lot at a car show 8 years ago, and I gave it a complete restoration. We usually take it every year to Lake George to the Adirondack Nationals in September. We've gone with it 3 years now. The 4th year they canceled due to COVID and weren't able to have the show. One of the cool factors, I feel, on this car is when we'll fire it up. That's your factory exhaust sound that I have, or through the mufflers, I should say. And then you'll hit the magic button. And that's your sound with the exhaust cutouts. It's always fun when you go to the shows and you go to start the car as people walk past you and you have your headers open and it starts up. It usually makes them jump pretty good. So that's my baby.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you so much to Art Fosler for that amazing footage. What did you think of that, Rob?
What a great looking car.
Yeah, for sure. That's a nice shade of green.
Does he have pictures of before?
That's a good question. I know he's viewing. Yeah, Art, if you're viewing this, we'd love it if you could send us some pictures of before the restoration so we could see that. We'll put that up on next week's podcast. We'd love to see that.
And how does that magic button work? Is it a hydraulic valve that opens and closes the exhaust?
Yeah, good question. Good question. It sure sounds good when it redirects that exhaust, doesn't it?
So as soon as the police pulls up, he just pushes the button, closes it back up.
It wasn't me. Absolutely. Yeah, that's amazing. It sounded wonderful even with the stock exhaust, but then when he hit to redirect, man, that sounded even better.
Oh,
yeah.
Especially
you get to hear
if he was pulling through a parking lot, that would really bark.
Yeah, for sure. I bet that's a hit at car shows. Yeah, you get to hear all 500 of those ponies.
Yeah.
Cool deal. Cool deal. Well, yeah, let's move forward here to the next portion of the program. We are at item number 2. We're going to do some announcements and trading posts. Now, let me find my place here. The first announcement we're going to do, I was mentioning earlier that David from Alaska Railroad has shared some images of his car. Let's take a look at that. It's a Monte Carlo. What the heck year was it? He told me it was 84? I don't know. Let's turn this into a kind of a guessing game. Who wants to guess what year this Monte Carlo is? And I'm pretty sure that David is viewing, so we'll give a chance for people to guess, and then we'll cut to David's answer and find out what year this car is. And this is an image of a trophy he got back in the day, showing this off at an event. And then here is under the hood. Yeah, let's put this image back up and let's check the comments, see what kind of reactions we're getting. Well, David Alaska Railroad says hello to Rob, which is cool.
Hi, Dave.
And he's also saying awesome Chevelle. He's talking about Art Fosler's Chevelle. Now, Art Fosler's got some answers to the questions we had. He's saying he has some images for us. So hopefully next week we'll have those and we can take a look at those to see what the car looked like before the restoration. And as far as that redirecting of the exhaust, he says that's electric.
Okay.
And we don't have any comments yet as to what year people think this Monte Carlo is. Do you want to take a stab at it, Rob? What do you think?
Well, my neighbor has a Grand Touring, and it looks like the same kind of front bumpers. I was going to say 85.
Sure. And my guess is an 84, and that's just a guess. But I'm hoping that David at Alaska Railroad will come on here in a second and give the big answer of what year this car is. Here we go. All right, we have the answer. Oh, no, we don't. This is from Stacy and Art Fosler. Now, they're saying they think it's an 87.
Okay.
And hopefully David at Alaska Railroad is viewing right now, and he can come in with the final word.
Some of those cars had a swivel seat in the front.
Yes. It's funny you asked that. It's funny you mentioned that. because we're going to be looking at a car later in the program that has that swivel seat.
Oh yeah.
Now, in the video, he doesn't go up close on it, but I looked in some magazines and found an ad for a Chevelle that has that swivel seat. And if you look in the lower right-hand corner, I'm going to go closer up on it. There's that swivel seat you were talking about.
Yeah.
And here's another one I found online it's barnfinds.com. This is an older car in need of a restoration, but it's got that swivel seat.
I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially
Now,
people
Rob,
like me overweight.
I'm sorry?
Especially people like me that's overweight.
Yes, yeah, me as well, for sure. Now, have you ever seen those or used those, Rob?
Yes, a friend of mine
swivel
had
seats?
one of them. Yep.
Nice. Now, the question I have about those is, with moving parts and everything, how does that hold up over time? Does that start to have issues over time, or is that pretty reliable with that swivel seat? Or?
Don't know. He had his when the car was brand new,
Yeah,
and he only had the car for 6 years, so it
gotcha.
still worked good at the end of the 6 years.
Nice. Now, we have some more comments on the year of that Monte Carlo. Angela Denoski says it's a 78 or a 79. And I have to say the winner would be Angela because she's the closest, because David has weighed in with the actual year. And, whoops, I clicked the wrong button. It's a 1980.
Oh, okay.
So Angela was the closest.
Yeah.
Cool deal. No, David is saying his dad had a 74 Monte Carlo with the swivel seats. So everything I've seen or heard of with that swivel seat seems to be a 74. Do you think they did that just for the 1 year and then they stopped doing it, or did they do that for a few
I thought
years?
they only did it with the sport package.
With the sport package, okay.
Sport package.
Gotcha. Nice. All right, well, let's get into some other announcements and so forth. Find my place here. Now, this is an image that Rob, our friend who's on here tonight, shared with us today. How'd you like to see those prices again?
I would take 3 of them.
Exactly. And with $300 down to buy any new Chevrolet, you could afford to. Yeah, for sure. And then there is an image that you sent me. I'm trying to find it. I hope I had it loaded here. Yes, I do. Okay. So you sent me one we can do kind of a trivia question on. We don't really have any prizes, but we're going to ask people, what is the year, make, and model of this car? And while we're waiting for people to respond about that, we're going to talk about AMSOIL for a little bit, because Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years, and I've signed up under AMSOIL as a dealer. And if you buy AMSOIL through me, Rob and I both benefit, and the money that I make on it goes to offset the cost of doing these podcasts. And so you're supporting both of us. If you like these podcasts, it's a great way to support both of us. And tell us, why would someone want to consider AMSOIL over some other brand, Rob?
AMSOIL's been around for since it was AA approved back in 1972, but the president started selling it in 1968. So it's been around for a long time. It's well-known oil. It cuts down friction drag, so it helps you get better gas mileage, longer engine life. The more friction drag you cut down, the cooler the engine runs. For every 10 degrees you drop the engine temperature, doubles the life of the engine. So it's a great oil for the engine to make it last longer and more performance.
Nice.
Yeah.
And if somebody is thinking about trying AMSOIL, we have links in the description. You can get a free catalog, or if you're ready to order, there's links where you can go right to the website and use my dealer number. And there's also a program that Rob's going to tell you about where you can get the deepest possible discounts when you order AMSOIL. How does that work, Rob?
You can sign up as a preferred customer for only $10. Buy directly from AMSOIL. Anybody orders $100 worth of product, get it shipped to them free, and you save 25% on all your orders. You don't have to order a full case. You can order 6 bottles of 5W30, 7 bottles of Z-Rod oil, and just order the catalog. It shows you all the products we have available.
Nice. And that's the way to get the deepest possible discount on your AMSOIL products.
Yeah, buy directly from the company, have it shipped right to your house.
Nice, nice. And there's links to that right in the description. And at the end of the program, there's a little video that Rob and I made a little while back that'll go even take kind of a deep dive into what we've just been talking about. But let's find the answer of what this car is. I don't see anyone making comments yet as far as an answer to what this car is. Let's take a look.
Surprised.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. You know, it was a concept car. I always thought concept cars were only one of a kind. There's 9 of them available, and the guy thinks they made 11 of them.
11 of them. No kidding.
Yeah. I thought concept cars was only one of a kind, but
yeah, for sure. Yeah, just to trot out to car shows and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a 1954 Chevy Corvair station wagon.
Yes.
Wow. Do you know if any of those 9 are still exist anywhere in collections or anything?
There is 9 still available.
Oh, all of them are still around.
9 are available out of the 11 that was built, and they're all in museums. No personal one owns one. And when I was talking to the guy, I said, "Do you think it would float? Because it looks like a boat."
Let's look at it again. Absolutely.
Yes, it doesn't look like any other Corvairs I ever seen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We've got a comment that's come in. Here we go. David at Alaska Railroad says that he uses Amsoil in his pulling truck, and it works great.
Yeah.
So there you go.
For racing applications, we have another complete line of oil. And a lot of people pulling, the main problem they have is heat. Amsoil cuts the heat down by 20 to 50 degrees, so it protects that expensive motor they got in the pullers.
Nice. They can give you a competitive edge, possibly.
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, cool. Now, we've got some events to talk about.
Does he have a picture of his truck he's going to send us?
What, say again?
Does he have a picture of his truck he's going to send us?
Good idea. Yeah, David, if you heard that, we would love to see a picture of that pulling truck.
Yeah, or a video of it pulling.
Yeah, even better. Yeah. Even better. Absolutely. And then David also says he's never seen a Corvair like that.
No.
Cool deal. I never have either. That's the only time I've ever seen anything like that. So let's take a look at some events here real quick, and then we'll get on with the program. A good friend of mine, Bill Sacco, I was speaking with him today. He does the Road Rebels Car Club car show every Tuesday from 5 to 8 p.m. in Billerica, Massachusetts on 14 Webbrook Road. I used to live in Billerica years ago. And yeah, he does a great event, and he's going to try and get some footage for us at some of the upcoming events. So we can't wait to see that. And we thank Bill for that. Now, the Corvettes of South Florida Club puts on this Corvette Exotics and Muscle Car event. Every Wednesday, they do this event from 7:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. It's an excellent event. If you're in South Florida, definitely check it out. And then also, I was speaking to Blaine Lee today. He's working on getting us some footage as well. He does a number of different car events over the summer. Coming up this weekend, this Saturday, is the North Branch Rod and Gun Club Show and Shine Car Show. Starts at 9 a.m., goes until 3 p.m. It's in Humbird, Wisconsin, and he's going to try and get us some footage from that show, and I can't wait to see it. So I wanted to thank everyone, too, who's been sharing footage with us, from Art Fosler, and we've got some other footage that we're going to look at later in the podcast. This is really starting to come together with people sharing things with us, and that's the whole idea of this podcast, is to do a show and tell type of podcast where people sharing images and videos with us that we can all enjoy. But yeah, so let's take a look here. We're going to get into the next video. Now, this is a 1968 Chevy Camaro. This car is for sale, and it's for sale by our friends at MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Let me cue up that video and we'll take a look. This is a really nice Camaro.
Hey everyone, Thomas coming to you from MGMClassicCars.com here in Addison, Illinois. Today I have something really super clean and nice. 1968 Chevrolet Camaro that's been stuffed with a modern 5.7 Corvette liter engine, chromed out vintage cold air conditioning, aluminum radiator, and a whole bunch of other upgrades. 4L60 automatic overdrive transmission, American Racing old school torque thrust wheels, 4-wheel powered disc brakes, dual exhaust, and just a beautiful Cortez silver, black rally stripes painted on the car. The car obviously, yes, has been lowered. It's got nice black interior, wooden steering wheel. I'm doing halo lights in the front. Those are on order. Brand new dash pads coming in. Bucket seats are nice. Console, cheetah shifter. And yes, I will get the gauges working as well on this beautiful, beautiful, slick Pearl Touring Camaro. I'm going to close the hood real quick. Let's fire it up and go for a little test drive. Boom. Close that and close that. Make sure that's closed. All right. Yep. On the interior parts, I am ordering a brand new bezel because the previous guy who had this car did it half-ass. I mean, look at that. That's ugly. So I got a whole new bezel coming in, and I'm going to fabricate it for the air conditioning and the radio. Okay. Yes, everything is definitely going to function. Now, on this car, you would have to put your foot on the brake to start it. Okay. So before we head out, quarter panels on this car are original cars from California and the Arizona area. Headliner in the car, I got to tighten up a little bit. I'm taking care of that. Let's see here. What else are we doing? The Bluetooth radio I'm going to put in, like I said. Replace both headlights to the halos, which I'm going to do. I'm buying brand new door sill plates, and I'm going to have the black stripes repainted on the car. I'm a stickler for them, and I know they can be done a little bit better, so I'm going to take care of that. What else? So that's that. Turn signals work, headlights work, brake lights work, wiper works, heater works, air conditioning works, horn works, speedo works, temp gauge works, oil pressure gauge works. Fuel gauge right now is, fuel gauge does work. Okay, good. No spare tire in the trunk. Whoever needs that. And I'm ordering the dome light cover for the interior part of the car. All right. So obviously, guys, you can manually ship this car 1, 2, 3, bang the gears, or just leave it in third and take off. Whatever you want. The car sounds great. Very, very nice. Suspension feels very tight on the Camaro. It does have the big steering wheel like they came back in '68. But pretty good. Feels pretty good. The brakes are really good on the four-wheel power. Really, really good. Yes, it's a posi. I think it's got a 355 gear ratio, so great for highway mileage. So we're looking at 150 South Church Street here in Addison, Illinois. We do shipping across the country. Just text me your zip code, tell me you watched the video and you're ready to go. I'll send you a quote for delivery to your zip code area. If you're watching and you want to do financing on the car, if your score is 600 to 739, go to my website at mgmclassiccars.com and fill it out. You'll need about 10% down, rates between 5 and 7%. If your credit score is 740 or higher, no money down loan is available. It's a unsecured loan. Rates start at 2.5 to 4.5% on that. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. If you're watching on Facebook, like and share it. My name's Thomas. Thanks for watching. mgmclassiccars.com. You can text me at 847-848-1850. For those who do not text, leave me a message. Have a great day.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Thanks so much to Thomas from MGM for that cool footage. What are your thoughts on that, Rob?
Oh, that's a great looking car.
For sure.
That's a collector's piece.
Yeah. It's got a great exhaust note too.
Sounded good.
Yeah, for sure. That would impress, I think, at any car show, cruise night that you went to. That would be appreciated by, I think, everyone there.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool. So we've got a comment that's come in. Let's take a look, and then we'll continue with the program. Oh, no, David at Alaska Railroad says he's going to be at that show in Humboldt, out in Wisconsin. Cool deal. In fact, since he mentioned it, we're going to show the Humbird, Wisconsin. Yeah. So this is the one he's talking about. This coming Saturday. Now, David, as you're at that show, if you happen to have your cell phone handy and in the mood to take some video, please walk around. Just hold your camera horizontal like this for a wide shot. We would love to see some of the cars that are there at that show. Get some footage, share it with me, and I'll put it on here that we can all enjoy. Please consider that. Cool deal. So next up, we've got a 1967 Mercury Cyclone GT. And this is owned by one of our viewers. See, we're starting to get, the ball is getting rolling here with this podcast. We're starting to get people, viewers, sharing video footage with us, which really makes me happy. This show and tell concept is starting to take on a life of its own. Let's take a look at this Mercury Cyclone.
Okay, well, here she is. Just arrived yesterday, my 1967 Mercury Cyclone GT. I bought this from a gentleman that bought it in 1982. He had had it up until just a couple of years ago, and he completely restored it. It was restored in 1994. So what you're looking at is probably at least almost 30 years old on the restoration. Has factory tack, which was pretty rare on these cars as I understand it. I think less than 50 were sold in 1967 with a factory tack on it. AM/FM radio. Still got bias ply tires on it, which I guess I'm probably going to swap those out. Just hold on to them, but just ride so much better with the radials. Put this on hold. See if I can raise the hood. Now the hood is fiberglass. And that's a world famous 390. And it was advertised with 320 horsepower, but everyone tends to believe it had more than that. Of course, this car does have a little bit of a cam in it. So I'm sure it's probably pushing somewhere around 350. Anyway, that is my 1967 Cyclone GT. Appreciate you looking. Roll Tide from Huntsville, Alabama. Yeah, I've got the old Cyclone out and cleaned up, ready for the show tomorrow. My wife helped me some, and see how she does tomorrow. pretty good if I have to say so myself. Everybody take care. Roll Tide from the Rocket City. You see us at the show tomorrow at Woody Anderson Ford, the Rocket City Mustang Club. Be sure to say hello.
Yeah. Thank you so much to Scott Reeves for sharing that footage with us. What do you think of that, Rob?
Oh, they don't make cars like that anymore.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Doesn't that dash look good?
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it's funny that rest. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I like chrome.
Yeah. Yeah, it really makes a car pop, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I seen a car similar to that. I was on a Mosport racetrack on the weekend. There's one similar like that there, but the dog in the back, its eyes were hooked up to the taillights.
Nice.
But that guy did a great job in that car.
Yeah, for sure. And especially for a restoration that's close to 30 years old, you can just tell that this car has been really well cared for.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it looks like he drives it, goes to shows with it, and uses it.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
That's
what
really
cars
nice
are
to
for.
see. Exactly. Well, cool. Well, let's take a couple of more comments here, and then we're going to do a shout out. Oh, yes. Yeah, David. Yeah, I totally understand. David Alascarero, it says he meant to say Humbird, but auto spell took over. Yeah, I've been there for sure. That auto spell has a mind of its own sometimes. And David also likes that rare cyclone. Cool deal. So we're going to do some shout outs here real quick. Before we do, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. If you decide to join us as an advertiser, there are a lot of ways that we can give you some exposure. You see the rotating banner over my head, you can be in that rotation. A message about your business can be in that rotation. Also, these shout outs we're about to do, you can have a panel on there as well. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a moment. Plus, if you want to have a 30 or 60-second advertising spot, a little video, we can do that as well. We've got something for every budget if you decide to advertise with us, and we'd love to have you join us. But without further ado, let's do some quick shout outs, and we'll catch up with you on the other side. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Cool deal. So we are back. Thank you for watching those shout outs. Now, one thing I wanted to share with you, Rob, I don't think we've had a chance to talk about this behind the scenes. I think someone liked what we were saying last week about, I think you mentioned that you go to a lot of car shows, boat shows, different types of motor events with your AMSOIL hat and shirt, and you get a lot of people approaching you, asking you, well, how can I buy AMSOIL? And that's a perfect opportunity for you to turn that person into a customer. Now, I think a lot of people were listening to that last week, and I had someone reach out to me, and he's just about to sign up as a dealer to do that very thing.
Good.
So he's wanting to go to some car shows and do the AMSOIL hat and the shirt and turn this hobby of going to shows into something that maybe you can monetize and at the very least pay for itself.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
one of the things, Rob, go ahead. I'm sorry, Rob. Go ahead.
I got one customer. He goes to the car show and he just puts a quart of oil on top of his breather, and he sits by his car, and people come up and say, "You use AMSOIL in your car? Why do you do that?" And he explains to them, "My car runs really hot. My rad's not big enough, and this eliminated my problem. I got a lot of money tied up in my motor. I want to make it last, and this is the best way I find."
Nice. Very cool. Now, the nice thing too is if you're thinking about doing that, signing up as an AMSOIL dealer and going to these types of shows and trying to monetize that, you have Rob and I as your partners when you sign up under me. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for over 40 years, so he knows all the ins and outs. And if you sign up under us, he's willing to share the secrets that he uses to get new customers. In fact, he just shared one. That's an excellent move to do to get new customers. Then the thing that I bring to the table is I do a lot with social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate Amzora leads using Facebook and YouTube, I can help you with that. So between Rob and I, we bring a lot to the table as far as people to sign up under as a dealer. We've got a lot of things that we can do to support you. Anything you wanted to add to that, Rob?
It's a fun business. Where else can you go out and have fun and make money? And
sure.
you don't have a lot of money tied up. 90% of the people that I talk to at the show, I set them up as a preferred account. That way they get the best buy they can, and they order directly from the company, and I just get a bonus check.
Wonderful. That's cool. So whether you're thinking about using it as a consumer to use in your vehicles or thinking about it as a business opportunity, as a way to monetize your activities, going to different types of car shows, boat shows, motorcycle shows, AMSOIL is it's a big win for everyone. And we would love it if you consider signing up under us. If you're thinking about doing that, there's a link in the description, and my dealer number is under there. Just use that dealer when you sign up, either to purchase products or to sign up as a dealer. And if you have questions, my email's in the description. We'll be happy to answer any questions and do what needs to happen for you to get rolling with this. But yeah, let's take a look here at what's next on the podcast. We were talking about concept cars earlier. This is a Firebird TT concept, and this video comes from the Furious Cars YouTube channel. Let me cue that up, and I'll be curious to see what you think of this, Rob. It's a really interesting looking Firebird concept.
This Pontiac Firebird TT concept will leave you begging for a comeback. Finally, a Firebird concept that isn't just a dolled-up Camaro. Introduced in 1967 and last seen in 2002, the Pontiac Firebird is one of the few iconic American muscle cars we haven't seen a modern revival of. While there have been some coach-built Trans Ams coming out of the woodwork, they're really just glorified Camaros. The Pontiac Firebird TT concept, however, is a completely refreshed, unique design. Created by freelance Russian designer Kosint Lybakov, this stunning Firebird concept fits right in next to our modern-day Mustangs, Camaros, and Challengers while still maintaining its own unique look. With a definitively modern design, the Firebird TT concept features a square front grille that reminds us of the Challenger in some ways and is akin to that of the 1973 second-generation Firebird.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
I've never seen that one before.
No, and that's a Russian designer that came up with that concept. How cool is that?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah. Well, we thank the Furious Cars YouTube channel so much for that footage. And I'm curious, Rob, if there's any particular angle that you really liked more than the others. I mean, I thought the side looked good and the back looked good, but the front of it really was impressive, I thought.
I like the big taillights on the back.
Yes.
And I didn't understand the fin at the back, but I thought it looked pretty cool on there.
For sure. Yeah, that's going to get some attention.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, cool. Let's see what we've got
I'll have
next
to check
here.
into that, see if that car is really going to be built.
Yeah. Something tells me it's probably just a one-off, but really cool to look at.
Yeah.
So next on the podcast, we're at item number 6, by the way, if you're following us. We've got some footage from a coffee cruise in Omaha, Nebraska. This is an event from 2017, and this is shared from the Sutter Vlogs YouTube channel. Let me get to where I need to be here. We'll cue that up. It's right here. Let's take a look.
All right, it's early Saturday morning and I'm on my way to the first meetup of the season for Cars and Coffee. I don't know what to expect today in terms of turnout, but it is a beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky, the sun's shining, it's supposed to be in the mid-70s, so almost a perfect day today. And I'm hopeful. So, let's see what we got. Look who we met up with. I told you he was going to be here. Eating donuts. Those look good.
My name's Dwayne. I started Coffee Cruise Omaha 10 years ago. You know, we get 90 to 100 cars every single Saturday morning. We run May through September, 7:30 to 9:30 in the morning. All makes, all models. Even get a few farm tractors and Sears wooden boats. And if you got something you love, bring it out. Bob, I'm with Cornhusker Corvette Club. Had this car here for 43 years. It's a 396 4¼ horse, and had a lot of fun with it over the years.
I'm Dave Fox. I drive a 94 Corvette C4. I actually bought it from a friend that got it when it was 6 months old, and I told him I had the first right of refusal when he ever sold it. And I finally got it about 4 years ago, and it's a lot of fun.
It's a beautiful car.
John, this is Gene, drive a 48 Chevy pickup, indigo blue, 350 motor, fuel injected.
And let us know now, how many years have you been working on this?
Well, my husband and my son were going to have it done by the time he was 16, and he's 33 now, so that's a long time.
But it looks good.
I got this high, I'm high on you, and I won't let you pass me by. Got this high on you, I am high on you. I won't let you pass me by. I don't wanna be, I don't wanna be, I don't wanna be without you.
All right, it's Rob Kirkpatrick. I got a 2015 Mustang GT. Bought it 2 years ago. Started modifications about a week and a half after having the car. A supercharger, lowering springs, and all kinds of stuff since then. It's become an addiction. I've been doing some dad log tuning with it, so really running good right now. I got a couple more dad logs to send into my tuner Lund tuning, and looking probably at maybe right around 700 horse to the rear wheels. So it's a fun car. I try to get out as much as I possibly can, unless it's raining or snowing. So
I get you.
Yep.
I don't wanna live without you. Come and closer to me, 'cause you're what I need, what I need, honey. Don't make it harder than it needs to be, 'cause you're what I need, what I need. What I need, honey.
So that car show met and exceeded my expectations. And with that, I guess it's time to end. See you next time.
Yeah. So thank you to the Sutter Vlogs YouTube channel for that cool footage. Anything jump out at you at that cruise?
Oh, they had quite a selection there. But the
Yeah.
first guy with the Corvette, did he say he owned that for 40 years? That's 60.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. That was my favorite car too, that burgundy Vet from the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
43 years
unusual for
he's owned
somebody
that.
own a car that long.
That's amazing. And you can tell that's his baby. That was impeccable.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, what a car that was.
That looked like a fun event to attend.
Yes. In fact, I think the website is coffeecruiseomaha.com. I'm going to be reaching out to them to see what they're doing this summer, because that video is from 2017. I'm going to see what they're doing this summer and see if there's someone there that can take some cell phone footage for us that we can all enjoy. And
Good idea.
with that too, anyone who's viewing this, if you're going to car shows, cruise nights, anything that has muscle cars over the coming months this summer, please walk around with your cell phone, hold it horizontal like this for a wide shot, and get us some footage. If you feel like interviewing people, by all means, or if you just want to walk around and get footage of cars, share the footage with me and I'll fix it up with editing, put some music under it, and put some cool graphics on the beginning and end, and turn it into something that we can all enjoy here on the Show and Tell podcast. So please, if you're out to events this summer, we would love it if you gather some footage and share it with us. Now we have some comments coming in. Let's see. All right. So, I'm glad you're asking me this. There are some. He's asking. He's never sent a video through an email, and there is a way to do it. He's asking if there's a time limit and so forth. What you want to do, David, is there, and I can coach you on this behind the scenes. But if you've got a Gmail account, just use Google Drive, and you can upload the video to Google Drive and then share the file with me, and then I can download it and go from there with it. And I'll be in touch with you via email tomorrow. I know we email back and forth periodically. I'll email you tomorrow and talk you through the exact steps on how to do that. But thank you for asking about that. And anyone else too, there are a number of different ways that you can share footage with us. In fact, I wasn't going to do this tonight, but I'm going to. I've changed my mind. I have some Facebook groups where you can go live with videos. If you're at an event, and you can do this too, Rob, if you're at events and you want to go live, all you have to do is just reach out to me, and I'll pre-approve you to go in there and go live with the video. And let's take a look at some of these groups that I'm talking about. What is? Oh, I see. Okay, pardon me. I'm just I have to move things around in order to pull this up. It'll just take a quick moment, but I'm going to show you. Okay, so this Facebook group has over 14,000 fans, and it's for exotic cars and muscle cars. And you can view and post cars for sale in there. You can go live with the video. Now you need to reach out to me first so I can pre-approve you to go live with videos. So you need to do this well before the event. But remember Tom from MGM Classic Cars? We were looking at that Camaro earlier. This is a car that he's posted in there, a Chevelle. And we've got a 2020 Corvette in here. So if you're looking for a place to view and post muscle cars for sale, this is one of 3 groups that I have. Now this one is exotic cars and muscle cars. Let me get this one off the screen and I'll show you another one that I do. It just takes a moment to bring it up. Oh, whoops, I did that backwards. Sorry. Now this is my second biggest one. This is called Wheels, Keels, and Snowmobiles. This has 11.4 thousand members. Now, Wheels, Keels, and Snowmobiles, anything with a motor is fair game. So cars, boats, trucks, motorcycles, ATVs, RVs, snowmobiles, anything with a motor is fair game. But you can see Casey Mayer has posted a Mustang in here. And there's links to all these groups in the description. And here's another one. Did Casey post this? I can't tell from this screen. Yeah, this is another one by Casey. And then people see we've got people posting boats in here and some old ads and motorcycle jumping, ATVs, anything. Like I said, anything with a motor is fair game in here. Snowmobiles. I know that's not the scope of this podcast, but just to give you an idea, anything with a motor is fair game in there. So let's say you're going to a boat show or a motorcycle show. You could go live from that show on that Wheels, Keels, and Snowmobiles Facebook group. And then there's one more I want to show you. This is a newer one. It doesn't have as many fans yet. That's why I want to tell you about this, so you can get on here and help me build this up and get some posts in here. It's got 96 members right now, and we'd like to build that up. And this is Muscle Cars exclusively. Since we are the Muscle Car podcast here, this is where you can view and post muscle cars exclusively. We've got Michael Vaccaro with a black Corvette, 2016. Got another Corvette, a 2022. And this is a convertible. So I invite you to visit this and view and post in here. And send me a message and I'll set it up so that you can go live. And yeah, Rob, any sort of events that you're going to, you're more than welcome to go live in any of those, and let me know beforehand, and I'll set you up to approve you so you can do that. And so let's see. The next item on our agenda here is this is going to be that Chevy Malibu that I was talking about with the swivel seat. Now this car is a 1974 and it's for sale by B&B Auto Sales. So let's pull that up. And I'm wondering, while that's playing, Rob, I know we talked about earbuds a while back. If you have those handy while the video is playing, if you're able to grab those, because I've got a heck of an echo in my ear, and I'd like to see if maybe that could help with that. But let's take a look at that video, and when we come back, if you've got those handy, we can see if that helps at all.
Hi, this is Dirk from B&B Auto Sales, and today we're showing you a really cool car, Lagoon S3, a Malibu Lagoon S3. Has the 454 in it, factory car, got the documentation. This was a Canadian car. It's been repainted, paints, and you can see it's got a good shine there. You can see my pants and stuff there. So rally wheels, got all the correct badging. Got a vinyl roof on it, which is factory according to the options, all the striping. Swivel bucket seats. You can see the picture, they swivel sideways. There you can hear the P buzzer works. It's had the dash has had a cover lay over the top, just so you know. Dome light down below works. The one up here, the bulb must be bad because Interior needs nothing. Very nicely done. I suppose most of it's original. This door gotta slam a little bit to get it shut. Said, just noticed that light little scratch right on there. That'll buff out. So, but for the most part, not many flaws on this car. Here you can see the reflection on it and everything. So, see the reflection of that car sitting next to it. So, I mean, paint's good. They did a good job. I wouldn't call it 100% show quality, as you see a little orange peel and a few nibs here and there, but they did do a nice job. So, nice car, very rare car. As you see in the documentation, there was only 100 and some of them. I think only 90 this color, so probably not a lot of them left. So if you had one of these and you want another one, or you just want one, because these are an up and coming investment. The other Chevelles have starting to get really expensive, so these are next, especially something this rare. So give me a call, 605-695-7391.
Cool deal. Yeah. So thank you so much to B&B for that footage. And yeah, I think you're right, Rob, what you were saying before about it was the higher end packages that had that swivel seat, because that was the Laguna S3 package.
Yeah.
And
too bad they didn't have that in some of the newer models.
Yeah, for sure. I'm surprised I didn't catch on. That seems like a really neat concept.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show that ad again. This is from the 74 Chevelle, and this was the Laguna S3 package as well, which confirms your theory. It was the higher end packages that had that. And if you look at the lower right-hand corner of this image, there's a smaller image, and I'm going to blow it up here. That's the swivel seat. They had it on both the driver's side and the passenger side. And then I found a image from barnfinds.com. This is a much older version of a Chevelle in need of a restoration, but it shows that swivel seat. It's still working all these years later. Yeah. Well, cool. So we're going to do some quick shout outs. And by the way, I appreciate you putting those headphones on, because I think that solved the audio problem.
Okay.
Which is wonderful.
Good.
Yeah. So I appreciate that. So we're going to do some shout outs, and we're going to catch you on the other side. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Cool deal. So we are back. And let's take a look at the comment here that's come in. And yes, David at Alaska Railroad says the echo is gone. So yeah, that seemed to resolve it. Yeah, that's awesome. You put those headphones on. That's audio is so much better. I really appreciate that. Cool deal. So what have we got next here? We're on item number 8. We're just about finished with the program, but we've got 2 more really nice videos for you. We're going to look at a 1970 Dodge Challenger TA 340. Now this comes from Fleming's Ultimate Garage, their YouTube channel. Now this is a video that they made for the original owner of the car, who no longer owns it, but I guess they were circling back to the owner, and they made kind of a little show and tell video showing what the story is with the car now. Let's take a look.
This is Angie from Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Well, here she is. I'll do a quick walk around for you. I'm gonna have to wait for some help to start her up. But I mean, this is it. She's pretty much, from what I understand, all the body panels are original. The original louver's trunk, apparently. That is the original Space Saver that you might remember. Jack. You can see it is beautifully kept and restored. Someone took very good care of this car. I assume you were one of those people. And I guess the king himself actually went ahead and autographed it at a car show. There are pictures of that. Pretty good looking there, as you can see. Facts that you may not know that I came across as I went through the documentation is that this car is probably one of one. With the TA package, the options that are all around the car, as far as the louvers, the color, they only made 3 in this color, in the automatics. And something else about it, I will actually send you a picture of that, but all of those things combined actually only make this car one of 3, very possibly one of one. The interior, probably pretty close to what you remember, because this is the same interior that this car had when you owned it. With the exception of the console, the carpet, and the headliner, probably the floor mats too, this car is more or less a survivor as far as the interior goes. It's gorgeous. Absolutely love it. I cannot wait to drive it. I'm gonna go on a drive in a bit, but of course, let's see what's under here. And it's beautiful. This is an amazing car. Let's see. Here we go. The motor is still matching numbers, as is the rear diff. I mean, almost everything about this car is as it was the day that you sold it, including the fenders and the hood. They are the original fenders and hood, which are fiberglass, of course, you know. Not a whole lot else. I mean, you could go on forever, but as you can see, it's quite amazing. We're gonna do a startup and then we're gonna go for a drive. All right, we got Colin behind the wheel. Say hi, Colin. Getting ready to give us a nice startup. She looks pretty good under there. Nice. And there we go. So, let's go for a drive.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much to the Fleming's Ultimate Garage YouTube channel for that really cool footage. What do you think of that, Rob?
Oh, I like it when people know the history of the car. That's one of 3 made.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And then when she popped that hood,
those things working on the line and be able to drive those things off the line.
Yeah,
that sounded pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. And then when she popped the hood, on the underside of the hood, there was a signature from Richard Petty, and I couldn't tell who the other one was from. Did you happen to notice?
The Richard Petty one.
Yeah, that I'm sure that multiplies the value quite a bit.
Yeah, and they got pictures to match it. They said so.
Sweet. Yeah. Nice. Well,
That
cool.
sure puts the value up when they know the history of it.
Yeah, for sure. When they can document that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so let's take a look. We've got one more video to do. Now, this is a video that I made from some still images. I made a new friend in the last week or two from Classic Car Marketing. Now, he's got this 1967 Buick Riviera for sale, and what I did is I took some still images of the car, I put some music under it, and I read a description of the car. And if you've got a car for sale and you'd like me to do this for your car, I can do this for you, and I can put it out as a standalone video and simulcast it to 8 different places on Facebook and YouTube, and I can run a paid ad campaign to get it in front of 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, however many viewers we want to do. It's just a matter of what your budget is. But if you're interested in something like that, take a look and see if this could possibly be a good way to sell a car or a product, anything to do with muscle cars. Let's take a look. Classic Car Marketing Incorporated, Southern California's premier marketing company, is pleased to introduce this new listing offered for sale by one of their clients. This 1967 Buick Riviera Custom is done up right in a stunning two-tone one-off paint. Crate 502 GM performance engine backed by a turbo 400 automatic transmission, serpentine belt system, low show and go with custom air ride by the Bagman with AccuAir Control e-ride system. Show quality chrome all around, all new glass, power disc brakes up front, drums in the rear, leather interior with power steering, AC, heat, and a big sound system to rock your world. This is a stunning showstopper. For more information about this car, the contact information is on the screen. There is also a link in the description. Very cool. You can be just like Scarface Al Pacino and say hello to my little friend.
What year was that car, Mike?
67.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was 57. I'm thinking, no way.
Yeah. That is a cool look, that big, long, low look.
Yeah.
Do they call it a boat tail or something?
Don't know.
Sure.
Don't know, but it's a pretty cool looking car.
For sure.
The colors really matched.
Yes. Yeah, very nice paint scheme. Now, I'm curious about your dog. What is your dog's name?
This is Daisy Lou.
Daisy
She's
Lou.
a rescue
Very
out of
nice.
Mexico.
I'm sorry, she's what?
A rescue out of Mexico.
No kidding, yeah.
Yeah, I guess they're infested with street dogs, and somebody spray painted this dog all different colors. And we found her on Pet Find Ontario, and she has to sit on my feet while I'm doing the broadcast. She won't leave me.
Wow, that's cool. A friend for life right there.
Yep.
That's amazing. You're right, though. It's funny because my former wife and I had rescue dogs, and one of them had been abused and really had a difficult life. And it came to our house, and we had it for many years. It just passed away a couple of summers ago, which is neither here nor there. But that dog, probably much like Daisy Lou, really appreciated its situation, having coming from an abusive situation. I think a dog like that knows the difference and really is that much more affectionate and loving toward you for taking them away from that horrible situation and giving them a loving home. Is that what you're finding with Daisy Lou?
Oh, yes. The first week she wouldn't come near me. She sat in the corner by herself. Now I can't sit in the chair without her wanting to jump on my lap.
That's amazing. So you've really bonded.
Yep. 5:30
Very
in the
cool.
morning, we're out to the dog park.
Nice. Very cool. Well, you have to bring her on here more often. This is cool. Well, cool. Well, that is all we have. Go ahead. I'm
This week
sorry.
I'm at the Antique Automotive Flea Market. I have 2 booths there, one inside the building in case it rains, and the other one outside.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, if someone now tell us a little bit more about this as far as the location and the time and everything. So if people are in the area, they can look for you.
It's at Lindsay, Ontario, and it's only a Saturday, Sunday deal from 6 in the morning till 6 at night. And they have everything you can think of there. People bring tractor trailer loads of parts in.
Wow. And that's this
Yeah.
weekend?
This weekend.
This weekend. Wonderful. Well, good. We'll have a good time over there. Oh, and we've got a comment coming in. Let's see. Oh, here we go. David at Alaska Railroad says, "Hi, Daisy."
Hi, David.
Cool deal. Cool deal. Well, I think we have a new mascot for the show. Cool deal. Well, cool. Well, yeah, thank you so much, Rob, for coming on. I really appreciate it. And thank you also to all the viewers who've joined us tonight. We really appreciate it. Any final words, Rob?
Great show, Mike. I enjoy watching all the new cars on there.
Cool
Yeah.
deal. Yeah, we're really getting the ball rolling with this podcast. I think it's starting to take on a life of its own.
And we look forward to seeing you next week.
Absolutely. And with that, we'll give the last word to AMSOIL. Stay tuned for this quick presentation about AMSOIL. And all right, guys, have a good evening. We'll catch you on the other side. Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about AMSOIL. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your AMSOIL products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what AMSOIL is and why you should consider using AMSOIL products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. AMSOIL is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses AMSOIL for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that AMSOIL is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because AMSOIL doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And AMSOIL likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of AMSOIL is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, AMSOIL says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the AMSOIL bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the AMSOIL. AMSOIL's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So AMSOIL is an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running AMSOIL than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And AMSOIL is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that AMSOIL has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the AMSOIL experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
AMSOIL has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, AMSOIL will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. AMSOIL sends you extra gifts, $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering AMSOIL. Is that correct?
It is. It is.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an AMSOIL order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click shop, it's going to take you to a product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil, and you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click add to cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click view cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the signature series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click checkout now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name, and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL preferred customer program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters free DVD requests, so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing, or hot rods, we have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSO's a fun business. AMSO's been around since 1968. You know, it was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.